Hey everybody, so a little out of breath, still hiking, but wanted to do this video. Before I get started, I wanted to say, make sure you watch all the way through. The second portion of this video will actually be clips and pictures and stuff of this hike, so if you're, oh man, I'm going uphill. If you're interested in that, make sure you watch all the way through. It's really, really pretty, a number of waterfalls, and I mean, just the scenery is absolutely amazing. Also, if these videos you find helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that normal fun stuff. So, thank you. All right. Hiking, nature, and of course, grief, because it goes with me everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. When I was thinking about this video, I really wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. I knew that this hike was going to be, it was going to come with a lot of emotions, and I wasn't exactly sure how far I was going to hike, where I was going to record, and just the feelings that were going to come through. So, kind of doing this on the spot. And the first portion of the hike was very, very emotional. Because it's the portion of the hike that I've done with Sarah Braden and Rayla when she was 1. And so that was really hard, very emotional, like right off the bat, started feeling like choked up and stuff. And then the second portion of the hike I've done with Sarah. And so a little less emotional because there wasn't that kid attachment as well, but still very, very emotional. Because of all of the memories that come with doing outdoor adventures with your person. And then this portion of the hike that I'm on right now is not. I feel very clear-headed, excited, trying not to fall down the cliff. And just there's this sense of adventure and fun, and I'm alone, so I get to do it how I want to. And so there's a real positive feeling, kind of like that growth feeling, right? I've been trying for a couple weeks to go on a hike alone, and I just wanted the time out here. I just wanted to be able to be with myself, my thoughts, and if there were any hard emotions, be able to just take them and own them and be with them however I needed to be. And each day that I had planned to do this hike, something would come up. Braden got sick. Rayla's school got canceled. It just felt like I was never going to do it. And today was the nicest day of these past couple weeks. And I called my dad and asked if he could watch Rayla, and he did. And so here I am. Welcome, everybody, to the Columbia River Gorge. Freaking beautiful, right? So yeah, I'm out here being with myself, with my thoughts, with my emotions, and right now feeling really good. Because I've never been on this part of this trail ever. And it's been about 20 years since I've been on a hike alone. And so there's something really peaceful about that. One of the things, getting back strictly to like talking about grief, one of the things that I've learned and I was starting to recognize within the first like 5 minutes of my hike is grief for me is a lot like hiking. When you're hiking alone, you go at your own pace. You stop if you need water, you take a break if you need to. If you trip and fall, you get back up and you continue on. Or, you know, you have the ability to do what you need to do when you need to. And if that means stopping for 20 minutes and, you know, rubbing out your ankle because it twisted a little, or, you know, stopping for 15 minutes to take a water break and have a snack. You could do that, no problem. You do what you want. Or you could just power through and go as fast as you want. Or a combination of all of the above. That's been my hike. This hike has been a combination. Early on, especially, it was stop and fall down. I didn't actually fall, but like take all these breaks and be with the emotions that were coming, with the memories and the feelings that I was having. And some of them related to hiking, some of them not at all. Some of them just from Sarah being dead and having been my person and all the memories that we have together. And so solo hiking, solo grieving, you do it how you want to, when you want to, and you push through the way you need to. Let's throw kids into the mix, because I've gone hiking with my kids and I've done grieving with my kids. And as a grieving parent with young children who are grieving, you don't do it at your pace. You do it at their pace. And every child's different, just like every person is different. And so when you have a kid that is going at it at a slower pace and a kid that's going at it faster, you're like trying to wrangle it in. And hiking, it's like that. You've got one kid that can only go so fast, and then another one that's like all the way around the bend climbing on a waterfall. And that's what grieving with the kids has been like. I've got a little one, Rayla, 3, who's wanting to watch mommy videos and like really connect with mommy and her songs, and it's so beautiful. And that changes the pace for me. I have to go faster. I have to be ready for that. I have to own it and do it. And so I've learned to do that, just like in hiking. And oh, that's cool. All these mushrooms. Wow. All right, sorry, distraction. And then with my son, it's a little bit slower and he's holding things in a little bit more. So, and wanting to kind of protect me and my feelings. And and so I'm learning to be more patient and sit back and wait for him to be ready. And we've got like this split in 2 different directions where we're trying to really watch one kid, but we have another kid getting ready to go off the ledge of a waterfall because they're so excited. It's like keeping up and going in all these different directions. And then there's family and friends. And this one I personally think is the hardest. Because when you're hiking with family and friends, you go at the pace of the slowest person. Otherwise, everybody gets angry. Or somebody gets angry. Right? And if everybody can't go at the same pace, then you have to hold it in. You have to, like, you know, some people get frustrated if everyone can't go the same pace. Some people get sad. Some people get bored. Or the person in the back gets left alone and they're tired. You know, so there's a lot going on there in hiking. Well, as I'm thinking about hiking with family and grieving with family, it's the same thing. Grieving with family, there's somebody way back here, there's somebody way up there, and then there's us where we are based on our circumstances. For me, I'm way up there and everybody's way behind me, not necessarily knowing why. And so I know that comes with some guilt. Ooh, I just got service. My texts are coming through. So that brings guilt, right? I feel bad. Like I shouldn't be feeling ready to live my life. Like I should be curled up crying and just giving up. And I'm not going to do that. And I don't want to do that. But when you have people that are at a different place of grieving, it holds you back. And what I've learned over, especially these past few weeks, is everybody's timeline is different. We know that. We've talked about that. But everybody's timeline with Sarah's death started at a different time. Most people, most family included, their grief started on August 1st of 2023. And that's largely because Sarah was optimistic and positive and shared the good and looked strong and fought hard. And so most people weren't expecting Sarah to die. But for Sarah and myself, and even Braden to a large extent, and Amelia, our grief started 6 years ago. That's all there is to it. We came to the conclusion that this was likely going to kill her. Whether we liked it or not, whether we admitted it on social media or not, or, it's conversations that we had. We did not expect it to do what it did in the timeline that it did that last month. Right? We didn't expect that. But we were expecting melanoma to kill Sarah. We were just hoping it would be 30 more years down the road. But even hoping it'd be that far down the road, we still had the opportunity to talk about it and start processing it. So I've been processing my grief for 6 years. Oh, me. Sorry. This part of the hike. And it hasn't always felt, like I'm processing the death of somebody, because Sarah wasn't dead the whole time, right? Climbing over these limbs. Woo! Almost fell. One second. I don't want to stop recording because then I'll have to edit. All right, I made it through. Anyway. So we've been processing, and the kids have also been processing. And so our timeline started different than most people's. And I think that's hard for some people to understand. Some people are starting to understand it. And when I talked to my grief counselor or bereavement counselor not too long ago, we talked about this a lot. And my need and desire to protect other people's feelings and mental health and whatnot by holding back on my life and essentially holding back for the kids too, in order to allow other people to continue processing their grief until they're ready for what's next in life. And essentially she said, they are adults and you shouldn't be protecting them. You have your kids and yourself. That's all you should be protecting. And the way that we protect each other is with honesty and with moving forward and accepting Sarah's death and loving our time that we spent together and honoring it and being positive about it. That's what we're doing. And if other people can't do that with us, we don't need to hold back and protect them from that. We still can be respectful. We don't have to shove stuff in people's faces that they aren't ready for. But we don't have to hold back our lives for other people, because they're adults and they should be doing the work that they need to do in order to get to where we are. And we, because we've had so much more time than everybody else, spiderweb, we've had so much more time than everybody else, also need to be respectful and aware that they weren't as close to the trauma, to the experience for these last 6 years. And so they aren't in, it's like they're making a spider web around me. You see spiders? They aren't in the same place as we are, and they're not going to be for a while, if at all. And so I'm learning to balance all of that. Wow. This ended up being a longer video than I was expecting. I've been talking for 15 minutes now. And there's still the hike to go. So anyways, I thought it was really kind of beautiful, kind of cool and exciting how parallel my hike experience is with my grieving experience, and like the strong emotions. The hike is bringing all those out in a much more expedited way, and like they're going away faster than grief itself. But it's so interesting how similar they are. So yeah, all right, I'm gonna continue my hike, send you guys off with that view because it's really pretty, and into you guys, I'm gonna send you guys into my hike. So I hope you really enjoy. Remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, be kind, make good choices. Love you all. Bye. All right, so I am going to Upper Horsetail Falls, Ponytail Falls, Viewpoint, and then to the Aniana Creek Trail as well. And then that goes back even further to Triple Falls. So let's do this. It's a lot of up to begin with, so it's gonna be good workout, feel good, and it's absolutely gorgeous here. There's my car. There's where I'm going. Oh, it's a switchback. Essentially, we're going up to the top of that waterfall. And then behind it, there's another waterfall. The Columbia River, Washington, right across the river there. And for a point of reference, that's my car. Alright, top of the waterfall and base of Ponytail. And if you go up that way along this edge, which I did about 20 years ago, it's a very, very different hike. Really, really steep, but you can get up to the top of this waterfall here, and it's beautiful. It's such a peaceful area. All right, let's walk down and get under the waterfall. All right, maidenhair fern. This is one of the hard parts of this hike. Those maidenhairs are Sarah's favorite fern. They were at our wedding, they were at her viewing, and I have some growing in my shade garden. And that was going to be one of the hardest parts of this hike, was seeing those, and they're everywhere up here. So yeah, there's a nice big one. Yeah. All right, this is one of my favorite parts and one of the kids' favorite parts of this hike. It's absolutely cool. It's just, you get to go under this waterfall and kind of in this little cave, which is really cool to play in for the kids. But it's such a cool thing to be so close and just right here, all the power of this crazy waterfall. I love it. I love it. And then, I don't know if you can really see it. Somebody wrote shine. Shine. All right, I'm gonna take a minute here, soak it in, and then continue on. Love it here. I may lose it right over here. I was just a little bit further than that. It was about as far as we made it on our last family hike, which was about 3 years ago, just a little after Rayla was born. And so that little plateau over there is gonna be a bit emotional for me. It's okay. It's one of the reasons I came here. All right, let's do this. Super stoked about being on this hike right now. It's so far been a lot of like grief. It's like grief all at once happening. It's such a weird feeling, and I talked about this in the vlog portion of this video, but like the feeling choked up and then feeling okay. It's like a fast forward or just a fast version of grief. It is. I don't even know how to explain it. Like as I'm walking, like memories flood in, and then I'm like breathing through it, and then I feel good and I'm excited and energized and ready to go, and then saw the maidenhair ferns, and then it's just like a constant roller coaster of emotions, good, bad, all at the same time, tears and laughing at the same time. And then get to here, which is terrifying with kids because this drops like that, just bloop, right down. Rayla was in a carrier with Sarah last time we were here, and Braden just had to stay close to me, but how can you not feel emotional in general being out here, right? It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And then for just a little bit further, the hike ended because of fire damage when we came up here 3 years ago as a family. And in a minute you'll see some pictures and some video. And those were all taken right here. This right here is gonna be the hardest part of this hike. It's crazy how much fire damage you can still see here. It really is. Down there, which is pretty steep drop off, is Aniana Gorge, and you can actually hike this section of the gorge back to the waterfall and swim in the waterfall, which is really cool. Too cold right now to do that, but in the summertime it's actually a lot of fun. And you can see right there, it's sort of where we're headed, and there's a bridge over there, and that's where you can cross the gorge. And I'm kind of looking across, there's a trail straight across kind of where that yellow is. There's a trail over there. And there used to be a fence blocking the way. I'm saying no, don't go here because of fire damage, and I don't see it there. So I'm pretty hopeful that we'll be able to not have to stop and be able to keep going and hike all the way back to Triple Falls, because it's been so many years since I've been there, and I really, really like to get back there and be able to show you guys and share that experience with everybody. All right, on we go. Yay! So the bridge is right here. It's kind of hard to see. So we're almost to that portion, and you can see here we're at the top. So right here is Aniana Falls, and right down there is where I believe you can actually swim. Because if you look a little further up, which as I walk, it's starting to come into view. That's the lower Aniana Falls. And I'm gonna turn here, and you can't really see it. I have a hard time moving my hand. There's upper Aniana Falls. So lower is right there, upper is right there. All right, so this is one of my favorite things about the gorge, is you never really know where you're gonna find a waterfall. And I started coming around this bend, and because of all the rain and stuff, we've got this lovely little waterfall here. So I'm gonna kind of walk through here, and these are cool because you can actually often drink off of these just fine, which is helpful if you are hiking in the summer, but you don't get as much rain. Because you can refill a water bottle. That's so cool. Absolutely love it. And I don't know, you guys have probably already noticed, but fall is on. Look at all these leaves, they're absolutely gorgeous. And if we look up and down this hill, it's all little spots of yellow. And you can see, like I mentioned earlier, the fire damage. So all these trees that don't have leaves, they're sticking out like toothpicks right now, and it's from giant fire that happened a while back, quite a while back now actually. So yeah, alrighty, continuing on. Water break at the bridge, I think. Thanks. Snack break. some beef stick, and water. Beautiful here, you guys. Absolutely amazing. All right, we're across the bridge. Good news, the fence that was blocking this area, I don't see now that I'm on this side. So I think, and I'm hopeful, that we're gonna make it all the way back to Triple Falls today. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a really cool, peaceful place. It's actually a lot steeper than it looks too. Looking on the camera, it's not showing how steep it actually is. It's kind of cute too. All right, here we are. Triple Falls. We'll be there in no time, and then which means I have lots of time to hike back further beyond Triple Falls. So that'd be pretty cool. I'll take a break and talk and then hike some more. Another waterfall. Sunshine. Good morning. All right, so I hear a bunch of water. Like a little waterfall, there it is. But you don't see any water crossing, which I find very, very interesting. That's so cool. There's this waterfall coming down with nowhere to go. So it must have built some kind of drainage here or something, maybe. Gotta go over. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and put the phone away so I don't lose my phone or fall down into that. So yeah, let's do this. Just in case you were concerned, I totally made it. We're good. Continuing on. Heading that way. All right, a little out of breath. Just walked up one of the more steep portions or sections real quick here. Right down there. Whew. But got up here and it's quite pretty. So wanted to share that. Got the sun shining down. It's getting warm. Feels good. I actually think my long sleeves are a little much now, but once I sit down and take a break, it's gonna cool off real quick. So that should be good. Alrighty, I think I am almost there. Right around one of these bends. It's gonna be right there. And it's crazy. The sound's gonna change. And I'm just like, the anticipation of hearing the waterfall sound change from like almost silence to going around a bend and all of a sudden just the roaring of the water. Oh, can't wait. Anyways, okay, continuing on, and we'll bring you back in just a minute. For the camera to know what to focus on. Oh, I can hear it. There it is. All right. I'll share with you too. Pretty amazing, not gonna lie. Alright, so I'm gonna head right there's a bridge. I'm gonna head over there and then find a little spot over there maybe to record a video, hang out and enjoy the sound. It's beautiful. light. I mean, what more can you ask for? It's absolutely just wonderful. Like, it makes me feel good. There's the top of the fall right there. Oh, man. It's like right from a postcard or a movie right here. Oh. I feel like I need to have a cabin, like right here. I need a cabin, and that can be where I live forever and ever and ever. There's going down the waterfall, and here's going up. Oh my gosh. Love the sun shining through. So I really want to record, but the water is just too loud for me to sit down and do a vlog so far. So just gonna keep on hiking away and seeing if I can't find a slightly quieter spot. So we're just gonna keep on going, and I don't have a time crunch or anything, so we'll see. I mean, other than daylight. So we'll see if we can't find an area that wraps around a little bit and gives me a quieter spot to record a vlog. We shall see. But regardless, this is all new territory for me. I haven't hiked this far back beyond you. The furthest I've gone is just a little bit beyond the bridge that I showed. So a little creek across here. So this is all new. I'm super excited that I get to keep going and create some new memories. Yep, by myself. But it's gorgeous and it feels good, and I'm having fun adventuring. So hopefully I'll find that quiet spot though. All right, still walking, still looking for a place to record. It's starting to get a little further from the water, and the water is a little bit quieter, but I got to this little area and had to share it. So pretty. What a cool, it just changed from that kind of green and more sparse with all the rocks and stuff to fall. Like, this is autumn just right here. It's so cool, so pretty. And it's like all the way down going to the water, and then all the way up this hill. Fall. Even these giant ferns. Wow, so pretty. All right, keep looking for that recording spot. And I'm seeing another waterfall, so I'll be pulling you back up here in a second for that. That way we go.